Welcome to the Union Labor Advisory Network podcast, where our mission is to support, educate, and promote informative content relative to the union labor community. For more information, a calendar of events, and union news and updates, you can visit our website, ulanetwork.com, and follow us on all social media platforms by searching ULA Network and/or the Union Labor Advisory Network. And now, on to the show.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the Union Labor Advisory Network. I'm Mike Fina. Today, I'm very proud and privileged to have a good friend of mine, longtime carpenter, Jason Friedman, with the Eastern Atlantic States Carpenters, senior business rep, and somebody that has a TikTok that we're going to learn a little bit more about today as well, how he's inspiring others within the trade. So, Jason, thank you so much for joining today. Appreciate the time and sitting down with some of the viewers today to learn a little bit more about your background, history, and experience. So thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Mike, for putting this on, for inviting me here. You're doing a tremendous job with this channel. I watched some of the interviews, so it's really good stuff, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about how'd you get into the career as a carpenter and your history, because obviously you've rose through the ranks now and you're doing some other inspirational things on social media just to inspire others. So love to hear about your story.
Yeah, well, I just was interested in construction growing up. I like to build things. I like to be useful. I like to work. Didn't really want to go to college. So I knocked around for a few years after high school, working for various contractors, working in a stair and rail shop of all things. Really barely getting by, barely making a living, frankly. And I answered an ad in the paper one winter. It turned out to be a union shop. They hired me, found out about the apprentice training program, managed to get enrolled in that. And, I was just so grateful at that point to get into the local, to get into the apprentice training program and be around. I felt like I had come home to some extent. I was with people who shared my values and interests. It was just such a positive experience. It stimulated a lot of gratitude in me. So that's how I got started.
And then going into you went through your apprenticeship training program. Right. Was that a 3 or 4 year program, or how did that work back in the day?
It was 4 years at that time. The first 2 years, we were going at night. So you work during the day, then 2 or 3 nights a week. We'd head over to Kenilworth, the training center there, work for a few hours, getting through our projects, getting through learning about. I was doing the cabinet maker's apprenticeship at that time. And then about midway through, we switched to days, which is kind of the current model where, punch in at 7 a.m. on Monday and work, a 40-hour week in the training center, learning and working.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And
then you moved within your career, I guess, into the, the executive level positions or business representative for your local or within the council.
I was just, like I said, I was just so, I'd worked non-union for a number of years. I got into the local when I was 23. So it's 25 years now. So I had a taste of what the construction world can be like without any kind of representation. So happy to get into the local, to be amongst these folks. I just started volunteering for everything. As an apprentice, went to my meetings, networked with people, with other leaders, with other members of the local, and volunteered my butt off. When they said they were having a job action, a concerted activity, whatever it was, if there was a picnic, if there was whatever was happening, I was going.
Right.
I was part of it,
And that got you. Yeah. And I know it's like a brother sisterhood. I mean, the camaraderie amongst all the different tradespeople, especially when you're amongst the local, it just does, you feel part of something.
Yeah.
And me just being a vendor supporting some of the locals and the benefit funds, just going in there and just seeing that camaraderie, that solidarity, and that support that's out there, even walking through the really impressive training facilities that you have and saying, well, this is what a career opportunity could look like.
Yeah.
And learning the different trades underneath the UBC umbrella, from millwrights to floor layers to, general carpentry, and just coming back from one of the showcases that you've had this past week in Atlantic City. I mean, it really is great to see, because the contractors could see the level of skill set of some of the employees that are there, or your members. And it's like, picking the best of the best to be able to facilitate and work on that team to build America, essentially, right?
It's a special thing, I just took a contractor on a tour of our training center over here in Edison earlier today. He was telling me that he specifically looks for people who are a little bit older, 30s, 40s, people already have a family, because he can't find young men and women who are really reliable, dependable, and proficient at the craft, Wow. I said, we got them all right here. There's hundreds, maybe thousands at this training center. We scoop them up all day long. They're really impressive. The apprenticeship training program that we operate today has really grown. It's really a special thing, and I really think highly of the young men and women, that next generation that's being trained now. They kick ass, frankly.
It is really great to see. Again, I'm privileged to work for you and see all the things that are really happening and progressing over the past couple of years. And one thing, social media has really evolved, especially during COVID, trying to stay connected with your membership from an educational standpoint, understanding what's going on within the market, your industry, and different careers. And I know you've embraced it as well. And maybe you could share a little bit more about your TikTok, your 254 Easy that you put together, and how you're reaching some of your members, or just educating some of the people within your community.
It's really a special thing, Mike, to think that in our lifetimes, we've seen such a dramatic change in the way society communicates and interacts, the way it works in general, right? It's, from our standpoint, myself, a couple other business reps, Paul Bellardo, Doug Martin, Brent Sopko. Brent and Doug are from the Pittsburgh office. Paul works here in Edison. We had approached senior management, middle management within the union, and said, look, social media is happening. We think that this is a tool that we can leverage to fly our flag, to sing our song, to accomplish our goals. Give us some latitude here to work on it. And gratefully they did. At that time, I was working directly for Anthony Abrantes, who's now the assistant EST. Him and the guys north of him in the chain of command gave us some latitude to explore it. So we started creating Facebook accounts, started getting active on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, finding and exploring ways to accomplish our goals, right? To recruit men and women, to interact and inform the general public about the issues that construction workers and carpenters in particular are facing day to day on job sites and in the industry in general. And now that group of four of us has blossomed into almost 20 here in the council that are, informally on their own, day to day, making posts, interacting, trying to elevate our interests. And
that you see it, because everywhere you look on social media, or from LinkedIn to YouTube to Instagram, the council or some of the different locals are really starting to communicate, recognize those members in the field. And what inspires me too, and I always say inspiration, because it really does drive inspiration to me, just seeing the special crafts of these different trades and the gifts that you have, where you're able to obtain through the training that you'll have for a lifetime. And some of those members are putting that to music. Your locals are putting it to music. It just gets everybody riled up, and it gets me pumped, and I just really enjoy it and figure out ways to promote the cause, what you guys are doing, and as well as helping your communities. And a lot of the stuff that you're doing, because you have such a large network and membership groups, giving back to the community that your members live in, is really great and should be shared and recognized as well. And the platforms allow us to do that as well. And maybe you could share a little bit of information about some, community service things that you guys are doing as well.
Yeah, well, it's a little known fact that union carpenters are actively volunteering day in and day out around the council. In fact, right after the construction showcase down in Atlantic City that evening, as part of the awards ceremony recognizing the apprentices that had been successful that day, the council also gave away gifts, including a brand new F-150 pickup truck to a young carpenter who had volunteered his butt off, just like I was doing 25 years ago, right? So, we're collecting food for food drives. We're, building ramps for folks who are wheelchair bound at their houses. All sorts of political volunteer activity around election time. And I don't know, I wish I had the stat on how many thousands of hours our council generates in volunteer time. That would be a good number to have. But I gotta say, it's got to be quite a few.
Yeah, and with that, and going to that showcase and seeing, what's the name of the program? The is it Carpenters Community?
You can. Yeah.
And that stands for? Is that the
Union Carpenters Action Network? Maybe.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. We've it's just a part of our culture, organized carpenters. We've been doing this type of stuff, whether it was picket duty or volunteer stuff, just for generations. And this is the latest iteration of it. We've tied some incentives to it. So, our members who volunteer for like certain levels, maybe they get a hard hat at the end of the year or a vest or a pullover hoodie. But they go up from there, including vacation packages, this pickup truck, Best Buy gift cards, a lot of nice stuff to get back.
It really is. It was great. And then to be, at the ceremony and just seeing, the honorees or the men and women that won those particular awards for the community service that they gave back to their communities. And also some of the guys were ex-military coming out of the military, from helmets to hard hats as well.
Sure.
Just, seeing what a great career opportunity would be in the trade, just coming out of, the military and working as a team, that camaraderie that's there. I had an opportunity to meet that gentleman that won the F-150 too, and had an inspirational story. Love to get him on the network at some point as well.
Yeah.
But again, I'm so proud to support you and just share the message that you guys are doing such great work and have such incredible training opportunities for the future generation of carpenters, and all the community work that you guys are doing just really needs to be recognized. And me just helping to support any which way I can. I'm just proud to be involved. And if there's anything I can do for you, I'm here on the other end, a phone call away, just to help out and round the troops where we can.
It's always appreciated. It's worth noting, like folks, I think, take for granted sometimes these labor organizations, but this trade unionism is a gift that's handed down from generation to generation. The excellence, the standards that we're enjoying today and experiencing today didn't happen just in the past, 5 or 10 years. It's taken generations of organized carpenters doing the volunteer work, going out, honing their skills, reaching for the highest bar to market ourselves and be successful. So, we're here today because of the generations that put in the work before us.
Without a doubt.
It doesn't happen by accident,
No, it doesn't. It's a lot of hard work, dedication, and a lot of teamwork to be able to facilitate and make the, teamwork makes the dream work, right? I guess. And I know you have a couple taglines with 254 Easy too, right? I'm actually, maybe you could share that with the team, because I'm sure they're going to be looking for you on TikTok.
Choose quality over price. Do it right the first time. Build union.
There you go. That's it. I love it.
That started, the council was having their Build Union campaign. That was a phrase. You'll see a lot of the reps on their email signatures that had Build Union. We had pins made and stuff, and that was, and then somehow along the way, when I was starting to make my videos, it just kind of kind of made sense, and I stuck with it. It's like you said,
I
it's
like
a line, it's a signature, right? It's a little bit of a brand.
Without a doubt. Every time I see it, I'm like, I know that you got the tagline. It's good. People remember it. But so, Jason, again, I just want to thank you for sharing a little bit more about your history, what you're doing within the EAS Carpenters, and how you're supporting some of the communities, and just the training that the apprenticeship members are getting. And I'm just happy to, like I said, be involved. And thank you for all that you're doing today and in the future.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. And look for us on social media. Look for us on LinkedIn. Check out the Attorneys General Roundtable, which the Carpenter Contractor Trust will be hosting next week. And that's it. Appreciate you having me.
And without a doubt, Jason, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll look forward to talking to you and seeing you soon. Take care.
See you, Mike.
Bye.
Dispatch here. If you work with the tools, you work in construction, you follow the channel, you've seen me post before regarding the Architectural Billings Index. Okay, that's a score that's published by the AIA, the Architecture Institute of America, regarding the number of hours that professional architects are billing in the previous month. So January's score was 49.3, February is 48, which continues a downward trend that started in October of 2022. The biggest soft spots in the construction industry, or the architects billing at least, seem to be in the southern United States, and especially amongst architecture firms that get 50% or more of their business from one of the three main segments, right? Those three portions or three segments of the business being multifamily residential, industrial/commercial, and institutional. Firms that are diversified amongst those three sectors seem to be doing okay. So if there's a slowdown coming to the construction business, it's not happening real quickly. And that's it. Like, subscribe, follow, comment, whatever. And as always, choose quality over price. Do it right the first time. Build union.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of the Union Labor Advisory Network. To stay in the loop, we ask that you please visit our website, ulanetwork.com, and sign up for our newsletter, where we're sending updates relative to the union labor community directly to your inbox. Thank you for supporting labor, and we'll see you next time.